Hey, what's up guys, DBL here, and we're coming back at you with some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta footage on the PlayStation 4. That's right, it's finally time to get some videos out for you guys. I have been playing a ton of this beta over the past day and a half. Been really enjoying it, getting a good feel for the game, just getting my experiences in, getting some gameplay footage, and I can confirm to you, it's definitely a Call of Duty game. And that's definitely a good thing. It's very fun. Of course, the beta came out yesterday, August 19th. We played it live here on the channel for over 3 hours. We had a 3-hour live stream, you know, where we just dove into the game modes and had an absolute blast of a time. It was great. And of course, for those of you who were there for that live stream, thanks so much for sticking around. We had a lot of fun in there. Oh, and check it out. Look what happens here. Boom! Your boy TBL gets taken out by an exploding vehicle. That was the moment, right there. That was the moment when I knew, yeah, this is definitely a Call of Duty game. The TBL curse lives. Of course, for those of you who've been on the channel, who've been with me for a couple of years now, you guys know I used to be a big Call of Duty commentator, and there's something called the TBL curse. Anytime I get on any sort of streak or whatever's going on, something impossible will happen to kill me. Very often, it's vehicles exploding. Oh man, good times. But anyways, let's get to the point of this video. So I have been playing the Black Ops 3 beta for quite some time now. I've put quite a few hours into it, and I think I've got a pretty good feel for the game. I am using that DINGO LMG here. If you guys were on the stream yesterday, you know how much I love this thing. It is a fantastic light machine gun. It handles really, really well. Probably my favorite gun thus far in the beta. But we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about how I feel about the beta, how the game feels. I know a lot of you guys are interested in how this game plays, and that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Now, first things first, I know a lot of you guys were worried about the movement system in this game. A lot of people, you know, really like the concept of having your boots on the ground like Thunder always says in his videos. Well, have no fear, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 moves very differently from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which of course is the game that came out last year that I'm not really too fond of. Now, as I said on the stream, in terms of movement, the game feels sort of like a mixture of Black Ops 2's basic gameplay elements and movement, mixed in with a little bit of Titanfall. And believe me, that's a great thing because it creates a very fluid system. It's not like Advanced Warfare where the verticality is just out of this world. You can have people on the roof above you and the alleyways below you and just generally all over the place. In this game, the jumping and wall running options are a little bit more fluid in my opinion. You know, the lift jumping is very tame. It doesn't really allow you to go super duper high. And the wall running for the most part is exactly how it works in Titanfall. And overall, the movement options really just feel like a natural progression of the basic Black Ops 2 movement system. It's actually pretty seamless, and that's only really helped by some well-designed maps. Like, most of these maps are very, very fluid. They flow really, really well. I was a little bit worried about how some of the water sections would interact with the map. You know, you'd have people camping underwater and in caves and whatnot. But I've got to say, my fears were pretty much groundless. The cave and waterfall and underwater sections of this map are integrated beautifully, and it makes for some really, really interesting escape routes. So yeah, definitely in my opinion, the map design for the few maps that we have in the beta are actually pretty good. So if you were worried about the movement system in this game or the maps, don't be. It flows so well and it's extremely enjoyable to play. Now alright, let's talk a little bit about the specialists. And ooh, speaking of specialists, you just saw what happened right there. That's one of the specialist attacks. It's called the Sparrow. It's basically a bow and arrow that's a one-shot kill and it blows up your target. I was on the unfortunate receiving end of that one. But this is something that has brought a lot of contention to the Call of Duty community. You know, they're basically supers from Destiny, and a lot of people in the COD community are worried that it will make the game quite a bit more unbalanced, and it's just going to be, well, really overall broken. And in my opinion, after playing this for I think maybe about 15 hours now, they're perfectly fine. They fit really well actually into the way the gameplay works. Ooh, checking out a little bit of that underwater escape option. This is what I meant. You can kind of just get into a firefight in the enemy spawn base and then drop into the water and escape, and it's actually really, really cool. But anyways, you know, one of the things I was really worried about, I'll admit it, I was worried about how the specialists would affect COD. You know, getting some Destiny-styled supers up in the game, basically counting as an extra kill streak. I was a little bit worried about what that would do to the gameplay. But really, my fears have been put to rest. It does kind of work like an extra kill streak that you're going to get regardless of whether you get kills or not. It's on a set timer, and after a certain amount of time, you just automatically build up to one. But while you get kills and complete objectives and build up scores, you can get your specialist ability faster. Now, I will be talking about it a little bit more in depth in a later video, where I just pretty much talk about a lot of the different specialists and how I feel about them, but for the most part, they're not broken at all. If you're worried about it completely destroying the gameplay, don't. They're really fun, surprisingly not that broken, and they fit into the gameplay pretty well. About the only ones that seem a little bit too powerful are maybe the Sparrow, which is the bow, and I think it's the Seraph specialist with the one-hit kill handgun, basically. Actually, haven't had much time to play around with that one, but I've been killed by it a couple times. And for you Destiny fans, it pretty much works exactly like the Golden Gun. As a matter of fact, the entire specialist system is pretty much the super system. Thus far, my favorite specialist ability is probably the Tempest. It's basically a railgun kind of fusion rifle for you Destiny fans out there. That's a one-shot kill after you charge it up for a short period of time, and then if there are any additional enemies standing next to your target when you hit them, they get hit too. It's actually really funny when you can land multiple shots with it, and I've had some good times with it, even on stream. As a matter of fact, I'm calling that bad boy in right now to get a couple kills with it. Such a fun specialist ability to use, and yes, if you get killed while it's out, it basically resets and you have to work your way back up to it. But alright, now, coming up to the end of the gameplay here, there are of course a ton more things to talk about, but that was just some of my first impressions for how the game plays. You know, how I feel about the Black Ops 3 beta thus far. It is very fun, and you guys can look forward to a ton more videos covering a ton of different topics, starting off with weapons. It's probably going to be the next one I do, coming up real soon. Of course, if you've got any questions about the beta, you know, things you'd like to see, things you'd like to know about, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. But alright, it's going to be it for this one, guys. We did wind up going 20-11. Not too bad for a Nintendo guy on the PS4 platform, right? Don't count us out yet, baby. But alright, if you like what you saw here, do feel free to check out my channel where we'll have a ton more gaming videos, including more of the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta coming out soon. Anyways, that's it for me. As always, I am the Black Link. You guys stay frosty.